Sarah Ferguson indulged in affair in Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor's study after he went to bed. Crown Chronicles. Welcome back to Crown Chronicles, your home for royal revelations, untold truths, and the behind palace doors intrigue the mainstream never dares to explore. If you love the British royal family and all the drama, mystery, and shockwaves that follow them, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay with us till the very end of today's story. Because this one is layered, unexpected, and absolutely wild, today, we dive into one of the most whispered, most controversial, and yet most compelling royal sagas involving Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, and a rumor that continues to echo through palace corridors decades later, the claim that Fergie indulged in an affair inside Prince Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor's private study. While he was asleep upstairs, now, get comfortable. Because what truly happened between Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew during their turbulent years of marriage remains one of the royal family's most fascinating open secrets, and this story, whether scandal, misunderstanding, or cover-up, reveals more about the monarchy's internal storms than most people ever realize. Let's rewind to the late 80s and early 90s, the period often described as one of the most chaotic in modern royal history. The fairy tale era of Diana and Charles had already begun cracking. Public opinion was shifting, tabloids were circling like hawks, and the palace was fighting desperately to protect the image of the monarchy. In the middle of all this stood Sarah Ferguson, fiery, spontaneous, rebellious, and loved by the public at first. Until controversy began knocking on her door, what many people don't realize is that behind the cheerful smile and accessible charm, Fergie was battling immense pressure, loneliness, a husband constantly away at sea, and a palace structure that never truly accepted her boldness. Prince Andrew, serving actively in the Royal Navy, would be gone for months. Sarah was left at home, often isolated, often judged, and often blamed for not fitting the mold of a perfect duchess. It was a recipe for emotional disaster, and then came the whispers, according to long-standing rumors, the kind that royal insiders still speak about in private tones. Sarah Ferguson, feeling abandoned and craving attention, allegedly grew close to one particular figure who frequently visited the York's residence. This wasn't just a friendly acquaintance, insiders claimed there was flirtation, a spark, and eventually, a boundary-crossing moment that became the stuff of royal legend. One night, the story goes, after Prince Andrew had retired to bed, exhausted from weeks of naval service and home for only a brief visit, Fergie and this unnamed companion found themselves alone in Andrew's study. A room filled with the Duke's military awards, his personal correspondence, his private belongings, a room symbolizing loyalty, duty, and trust, and according to the claim. That's where things went too far, whether it was a moment of emotional weakness or something planned. The rumor suggests Fergie indulged in an intimate encounter right there, mere steps away from the staircase leading to Andrew's bedroom. A shocking allegation, one that, if true, would have been explosive inside palace walls. But here's the twist, unlike many royal rumors that die quickly, this one persisted. Staff members subtly alluded to unknown movements in the corridor that night. There were hints of overheard voices. There were questions about why certain individuals were suddenly no longer welcome at the York home, but regardless of what truly happened, the consequences were undeniable. The marriage between Andrew and Sarah, already fragile, began to crumble at lightning speed. Public scandals piled on, including the now infamous toe-sucking photographs with John Bryan, which the palace found humiliating. Yet many insiders believed these public incidents were only the surface. That deeper issues, including alleged relationships and late-night encounters, had already eroded trust long before the tabloids got their hands on anything. Fast forward to today, and Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew live in one of the strangest, most unconventional arrangements in royal history. Divorced, yet living under the same roof. Co-parents, yet each navigating their own struggles. Fergie has rebuilt parts of her public image, become a children's author, a charity worker, even a motivational figure for many. Andrew, on the other hand, has faced a public reckoning that few royals in modern times have survived, and yet, they remain a unit. Loyal. Protective. Almost inseparable. Which makes the old allegations even more intriguing. How could two people rumored to have betrayed and disappointed each other so deeply still maintain such closeness today? What does that say about their bond? Their secrets? Their unspoken pact? Some royal commentators believe the key is simple: they have weathered storms that outsiders will never fully understand. Only they know what genuinely happened behind closed doors. Only they know which rumors are fantasy and which ones hold grains of truth. And only they know how much forgiveness and compromise have been exchanged privately over the years. But what we do know is this: Sarah Ferguson remains one of the most unpredictable, fascinating, and resilient figures in the royal family's orbit. Her life has been filled with highs and lows, scandals and triumphs, heartbreaks and improbable comebacks. And the alleged affair in Andrew's study, real or exaggerated, is a dramatic reminder of just how intense, complex, and emotionally charged her years inside the royal machine truly were. The British royal family thrives on pageantry, tradition, and control, but it is the scandals, the whispers, and the human flaws that continue to captivate the world. And no royal story better encapsulates that fiery mixture than Sarah Ferguson's. Thank you for watching Crown Chronicles. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden layers of royal life, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment your thoughts. Do you believe this rumor has truth behind it, or is it another piece of royal mythology? Your engagement helps us grow and continue bringing you the stories behind the throne. Stay tuned, more royal revelations are on the way.